Hi guys, welcome back to the Old Gold TV. Today we have got a Wolves versus Manchester United match preview coming your way. I'm really excited for this one. We've had two big games in 2 days. On Sunday we drew to Tottenham Hotspur 1-1. Yes, Jose Mourinho did play part of us from the 57th second. Yes, we could have won it with Fabio Silva right at the end. But nevertheless, I still think a 1-1 draw with an informed Tottenham side is very good. I thought we handled their attack very well, particularly Kane and Heung-min Son. It's usually a good sign that you've done that when Harry Kane starts diving to try and score himself a goal. So yeah, hopefully that game should be a big confidence booster for us to go into Manchester United and hopefully get a win. As for United themselves, obviously they've got a good squad. The attack sort of speaks for itself. Marcus Rashford, Edinson Cavani, Martial, Dan James, Greenwood. You've got these really class attackers. They're so fast, they're so pacey. A bit like Wolves' attack. It's going to be hard to stop, so I think it sort of speaks for itself. The rest of the team is slightly more dodgy. However, though, in the midfield, I think when they're on form, it can be a very good midfield. You've got the two holding midfielders sort of rotating between McTominay, Fred and Pogba. Pogba not so much after Mino Raiola came out earlier this month saying Pogba was going to leave Man United without any permission from the club. So it's usually Fred and McTominay. However, they do come forward on occasions, despite them being defensive midfielders. And particularly Scott McTominay, who bagged himself 2 goals this season from central defensive midfielder. And they both came in a 6-1 victory at Leeds. So in a more attacking sense of that midfield trio, you've got Bruno Fernandes, who sits just in behind the strikers, and he's so good for Manchester United. Since January, when he came in, he's been their best player. I don't really think anyone expected him to adjust this quickly to Premier League and the physicality and the pace of it. But he did really quickly, and ever since he joined from January, he's been their top performer. This season, he's carried that form on, and he's picked up 3 Man of the Match rewards and got himself an average match rating of 7.57, which is really, really good, and it's just sort of really consistent. It may not seem like a lot, but trust me, if a team has a bad game, that match rating goes very low. So, it's a really excellent sort of stat for him there. As for Wolves, our pace and power and attack, just like Manchester United, can definitely exploit their slightly dodgy defence. They've got some decent wing-backs, United. You've got Luke Shaw, Alex Telles as options on the left, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right. That's not too bad. I think Shaw's a little bit slow for me. I do rate Aaron Wan-Bissaka, though. He's fast. He's very good defensively. He scores some goals. He got 1 this season. And, I think if it wasn't for Trent Alexander-Arnold and Kyle Walker, he'd be in that England setup. I think we've just got a lot of very good young right-backs at the moment. But I'm sure most Man United fans would agree with me here that their 2 centre-backs are nearing on shambolic. It's sort of quite embarrassing that a massive team like Manchester United have got 2 centre-backs as bad as Maguire and whoever else starts with him, because they rotate between the likes of Lindelof and players like that. It's usually Lindelof and Maguire, but Eric Bailly comes in when he's not sitting on the injury bench sometimes. And Axel Tuanzebe, who I actually do quite rate, but I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer already starts him enough. I'm not really sure what Harry Maguire's Man United's captain. I mean, he's an all-right defender, but I think the 80 million price fee does not help him in any way, shape or form. I think everyone would agree that he's nowhere near worth that. Without further ado, let's move on to my Wolves lineup prediction. As for my Wolves lineup prediction, I have gone with the 4 at the back. It's going to be really interesting. I think we will go with the 4 at the back because I think Nuno will try and exploit Manchester United's slightly dodgy defence with his pace in attack, with Pedro Neto, Podence, Fabio Silva, Adama, players like that can really exploit those 2 centre-backs. So it'd be interesting, though, because having played 2 quite tough games in the space of 2 days, we're going to need to rest some players. But the only problem with that is we don't have many players to come in for the players that we want to rest due to our ever-growing injury list. Now, I'm not saying it's anywhere near as bad as Liverpool's. However, we do have a lot of senior players currently out injured. For example, Johnny Otto and Raul Jimenez are long-term ones. And then you've got Willy Bolly and Dendonk, who are short-term injuries, but obviously they're not run-off ones, and they'll have to. They won't be able to play for a few weeks, and certainly won't be able to play against Manchester United. So yeah, for my starting lineup, obviously 4 at the back. So I'm going to go Patricio in goal. I think we'll go with Sace and Cody at the back again. Sace obviously getting himself on the score sheet. Left back's an interesting one because usually I'd go with Mark Howell, but I do think that we'll go with Aït-Nouri, simply because of the fact that Mark Howell seemed to pick up a slight twinge to his groin at the end of the match against Tottenham on Sunday. He did carry on before Aït-Nouri replaced him about 5 minutes later, but I don't think Wolves will want to take that risk on such a crucial player in the side. So I think it will be Aït-Nouri that starts this one. At right back, I think we'll go with Semedo. You know, I saw him just getting better and better and growing in confidence throughout these games, and I really think he's starting to adjust and be that right back we all know he can be. 2 CDMs, we've got Otasowie and Neves. I thought Neves' passing range was back up to excellence against Tottenham. And then Owen Otasowie really impressed me when he came on for João Moutinho. Moutinho was a little bit slow. He was a little bit, tired, I think you'd say. He wasn't as good as he had been in previous games, and I think we'll give him a rest if he is a little bit tired. I think Otasowie will play. On the left wing, we'll go with Pedro Neto. I really think he can run at those 2 centre-backs. And the same with Adama Traore, who I'm going to put on the right. At Calm, Daniel Prudence with all the flicks and tricks, hoping to help us to get to the win. And at striker, we're going to go with Fabio Silva. Yes, he did miss that chance at the end of the game, but he's really growing in confidence. And he might not have that physicality or composure yet, but I can see his spatial awareness is really, really good. And I can see why he was highly rated back in Portugal. And I imagine he will live up to that 40 million price fee eventually sometime in the future. Without further ado, let's move on to my ones to watches. As my Manchester United one to watch, I've gone with Portuguese central attacking midfielder Bruno Fernandes. I mean, we already talked about him earlier, and he's just excellent. I got some more stats to show you. Since he joined United, he's played a part in more than half of their Premier League goals, 18 goals and 13 assists, which is just incredible for someone that's not even a striker. He broke Frank Lampard's record of 29 in one Premier League season. For a midfielder, which is, incredible, having just come from Portugal to adjust so quickly and beat one of the all-time great Premier League midfielders. Record in terms of goals and assists is just incredible. People say he's a pen merchant, but in my eyes, he's not. He's so much more for Manchester United. I would show you a stat about United's win percentage with and without him, but there haven't been that many games where he hasn't played. So I think it's quite clear to see that he is really crucial to United's wins and losses in their form. And he's averaged a Premier League goal this season every 70.4 minutes. He's not even a striker. That's much better than most strikers in the league, and I think that's a really, really good record to have. So yeah, I could go on about how good he is all day. I'm not even biased because I really don't want United to win. But yeah, I think he's just incredible. I think anyone who denies that is slightly delusional. Let's move on to my Wolves ones to watch. As my Wolves one to watch, I've gone with Portuguese left winger Pedro Neto, a Portuguese number 7 returning to play against Manchester United. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be the next Cristiano Ronaldo, but he's certainly got the traits that he could be. He's so fast, he's powerful, he likes to cut inside, shoot from distance, he draws fouls, he's just a really, really good. He's been involved in 6 goal contributions in his 15 appearances, which isn't great numbers, but 4 goals and 2 assists for a wide man is pretty good. And he's also created 9 big chances over this season so far. So maybe if his teammates were more clinical, that assist number would be up into the 10s. Yeah, I really do rate him. I think a lot of people are sort of looking over him, talking about Martinelli, Hudson-Odoi, Greenwood, and Foden. I mean, you'll say I'm biased here, but I really think he should be put in the conversation with those. I think he's better than Martinelli and Hudson-Odoi by quite a long way. And he's not too far off Foden and Greenwood, if not better in some aspects. So, yeah, I think he is overlooked, and United fans will need to watch out for him in the coming match. Let's move on to my score prediction. As my score prediction, as I've already expressed, I reckon it's going to be really, really end-to-end, this one. And it'll be really interesting to see what the score does end up. But I'm going to go with 2-2. I think it'll be attacking end-to-end. I think there'll be lots of goals, lots of chances. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with, 2-2. That's going to be it for this match preview. If you did enjoy, please, 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 please subscribe. You know, we're not on that big number, but if you do see the video and you're not subscribed, and if you did enjoy it, please, please subscribe, because it means a lot to me. If you have made it to the end, just subscribe, please. We have got some more content coming in 2021. We're going to be starting a new series, which is Wolves on This Day. And every day in 2021, from the 1st of January all the way through to the 31st of December, I'm going to be bringing you content on Wolves on This Day. So basically, we'll have a 30-second clip of Wolves history, so things that have happened on the 1st of January or the 5th of March in history, just for a few dates examples. So yeah, make sure to subscribe for that, so you can see when those videos are uploaded and never miss one and get filled in most of the Wolves on This Day history. But other than that, I will see you next time.